Roger Stone here. Your dollars are losing ground, but gold isn't. American Sovereign Bullion helps you protect your wealth through real, tangible assets. Through their nationwide wholesaler network, you get some of the best pricing on gold and silver delivered straight to your door. Since 1912, the U.S. dollar has lost 97% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold continues to prove its strength. So call 844-272-2428. That's 844-272-2428. Or visit dyingdollar.com to request your free gold and silver guide. That's dyingdollar.com.
Katz and Cosby, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Well, let's go to Jake Novak right now. Jake, before we get to the other stuff, your reaction, Europe, this could be interesting if it turns out a big corruption scandal there.
Well, you know, you got to expect that some of these countries that have been doing head-scratching things like crazy stuff with migrants and supporting terrorism,
yep.
It's not all just stupid people. Some of this is encouraged by corruption at the top. Same thing, and they're attempting it here in this country, too, through Act Blue and other types of funding. Our foreign enemies have figured out how to get around our campaign finance laws. I don't see why they won't be able to get around them in Europe, too.
You know, and Spain, by the way, has been the worst. Remember, I'm thinking, Jake, early on, obviously, the prime minister, the current one there, was like, no, we're not going to help U.S. with any flights.
Not our war.
Yeah, not our war. Nothing with the Strait of Hormuz. They blatantly refused to do anything to help the U.S. Meanwhile, they're in Europe. They're right there.
Yeah, and these missiles from Iran can reach France, can reach some of these countries. I mean, they're much more susceptible than we are. And so, to me, it's just obvious. It's not, you know, you can say it's all Trump hatred or hatred of Israel, but at the end of the day, someone's getting paid and someone's being encouraged to betray their own country. So that's as simple as that.
Well, speaking of being paid, Jake, you have some interesting stuff. This is what Massachusetts, you're laughing already. It's so funny. $64 million, right, was for some EV station funding. And what do they get?
Zero charges. Now, remember during the 2024 election, we had that news about billions of dollars going with Pete Buttigieg, and there were only 8 chargers, and the administration tried to say that wasn't true, but it was true. Well, this isn't even anything anyone's disputing. The Massachusetts Department of Transportation, the Massachusetts government admits that they've had $64 million in their pockets since the big infrastructure bill was passed under Joe Biden almost 5 years ago, and they have absolutely zero chargers built. They had $64 million given to them to do that. They did find 3 companies that were willing, contractors that were willing to do it. Only 2 of them have even signed the contract, by the way, even though there was a 3rd company that wanted to do it too. And the thing that's really, really egregious is no one can say why. There's been no comment from some people in the Massachusetts government, but the few people who are commenting say, you know what, we really don't know why we can't build one charger.
I can do the same thing, Jake.
Yeah,
Jake,
the judge has an offer.
I can do the same thing for $32 million.
I'll do it for 16.
Jake, you can do it for 8.
Let's not joke around. You guys are joking around. This is serious stuff.
Well, it's scary.
Okay, let's not joke around.
By the way, big money too, John. $64 million. I mean, and it makes you just wonder. On how many other things, the wind projects, there's so many things that fall under this sort of massive boondoggles.
Well, and what's interesting about this is, there are a lot of accusations about the Trump administration. Oh, they're anti-environmental. They're not going to help. And the point about this money, Rita and everybody, is that the Trump administration did not rescind it. In other words, they haven't come in and said, hey, hold off on these projects because we're going to pull your funding like they've done with some other things. This funding has not been interfered with one penny.
And why is that? Why do you think that is, Jake? That's an interesting point.
Well, I think it's one of those things where the Trump administration is trying to focus on organizations that, for example, are abusing DEI rules, or like universities, like educational funding, where those universities have been anti-Semitic or anti-other people. And that's where they want to focus. In other words, if they don't have evidence of somebody using their federal money and also being discriminatory or abusive, they're going to put that a little bit further down their list of priorities.
Or Jake, maybe there's too many of them that it's hard to keep track of it too.
Yeah. But I mean, this is supposed to be Massachusetts, which is so liberal, and they have no interest in delivering for the people. And obviously, if this were a private company sitting on tens of millions of dollars for 5 years with nothing to show for it, a lot of people would get fired. But no one's going to get fired over this. And and I agree with John. It's that. I mean, you could do a lot with $64 million.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people could you feed? How many houses could you clean up? I mean, it's just, and no one, and there's absolutely no interest in any issues. I don't have any problem debating someone who wants to help and improve the country and just has a different way to do it than I, and we can disagree about the ways to do it. But there seems to be no interest in improving things on the other side. There really doesn't.
And that's a sad testament for taxpayers, big time. Jake, thank you very much. We love having you on, Jake. Thank you.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Not anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your player's subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com. Get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel.
21 plus select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino. 18 plus DCKYWY. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Maryland. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org. Call 800-327-5050. Massachusetts. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY in New York. Call 877-770-7867. Louisiana.
Visit FanDuel.com. Get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel.